I just started the damn episode and you got up and walked away. That's crazy. Who does that? You watch me hit record. That's crazy.
I've been feeling crazy lately.
I did have a podcast, y'all.
You still got one.
Hey. All right.
Hey.
What are you sipping on?
Man, I'm finishing up this honeysuckle kombucha. Better kombucha, always fresh. Honeysuckle, Birmingham, Alabama. I had dinner with this lady years and years ago in Mentone, Alabama, at some hippie herbalist conference I was at with my friend Cameron.
All right.
And the woman who created this with her husband is an absolute she was a chef first and foremost, but then she got really interested in fermentation. So she traveled all over the world and studied different kinds of fermentation, and that's how she found her way to her market for kombucha.
You would know this person personally. That makes so much sense. Well, ask me what I'm sipping on.
What are you sipping on?
I'm so glad you asked. I'm sipping on just regular schmegular Topochico, man. The regular, not even flavored, just old-fashioned mineral water, carbonated water. Yeah, shout out to that boy Ski.
Hey,
anyway.
We both got the yellow labels.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
I don't know, man. I just know that I was kind of disappointed when I realized this wasn't like I thought I was in a hurry, and then when I grabbed this, I thought it was the lime flavor, but it's all good. I'm not mad at Topo
Would you
Chico.
like to make it flavored? Because I have some electrolyte packets.
You mean gentrified Kool-Aid?
Yes.
No, I'm
gentrified Kool-Aid. Some of the flavors aren't always that good, so I like to add like a little magnesium powder or add them to some sparkling water so they have like a little more of a kick and they taste more like a yummy soda.
Ooh, Kool-Aid soda sounds fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I just drink the regular dig. But yeah, all right. So now we got to get into the nitty-gritty, y'all.
The nitty-gritty.
Ask me about the most recent Soul Carnival song.
Tell me about the most recent Soul Carnival song, Cash. I'm so curious to know.
Don't hit me with the sarcasm, man.
I just feel like you're hosting the podcast right now.
No. You're not a guest. We're having a conversation. So
I'll try to ask better questions on my own moving forward.
No, it's
but
all
until
good.
I do, you can keep feeding them to me.
No, it's all good. So, yeah, the name of the song is called Cockroach Behavior. Yeah. Yep. That's it. End of the episode. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. All right. Till next time, stick a fork in it.
Wait, when did the idea for this song arise?
February 29th, 2024.
Okay.
Do you know what that day is significant for?
I know February is significant for you every year.
Yeah. It seems like
I know I be traveling
in
in February a lot of time, and you call me and you're like, "Are you out of the state?" Because some crazy shit's going on. I'm like sage to a demon.
Yeah, no, I always get into it with somebody every February. And in case you don't know, there's a little bit of lore, but like it seems like all the stars line up just perfectly. That determine maximum pettiness over here in my little neck of the woods. So
it's Aquarius season.
Is that what it is?
Air is Aquarius, and you are a water sign, my friend. Water and wind make a hurricane.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right, bet. Well, I guess that's what it is. Every February we got Hurricane Lee Cageron. Why don't they name hurricanes black people names? You ever thought about that? You've never heard of a Hurricane Tariq? Hurricane Jamal, Hurricane Shanae. You've never heard of this. Why is it that a thing? Hurricane Shalisha.
As far as I see it, it's just one less way that they're.
I mean, I'm kind of grateful for it because, like, bro, Hurricane Latoya, I don't want no part of that. Anyway, shout out to Latoya and Shalisha. They're two young Anglo-Saxon ladies that I grew up with in Scottsboro, and they got ghetto-ass names. But anyways, February 29th. That is the last day of Black History Month, and it's a little bit extra lit because we got that extra day,
leap
that 29.
Year. Okay.
Yeah. February 29. Yeah. So that's when the song was composed. I'll never forget it. And the thought process behind the composition was, let me imagine myself in the same room with everybody who don't like me. What would I say to them? That was the thought process behind it. Like if I had the floor and everybody could just listen to me speak, what would I say to them? And it was coming from a place of frustration because at the time there was a lot of people out here who claimed to be mad at me, claimed to be, angry at me for whatever the case may be. And
tell us why they got angry at you, Cash.
Okay, I was like, please dunk the oop.
And what?
It's like I was like, bro, it's like I'm throwing the ball up.
I'm delayed processing right now.
Okay.
I'm at that point in my hormonal cycle, and I know you don't like to hear about that stuff, but like, it's honest. The brain fog is settling in. It is as thick as this August humidity.
Oh man.
Okay. So on what date did the incident happen?
I don't even know. I don't even remember.
Was it early February,
No.
and then by the end of February, it all just bubbled up and exploded out of you?
All right. So look, this what happened. Let's rewind because it's we started at the end. Let's go back. Okay, so it all starts with. It's crazy saying this shit out loud. It all started with my boy Gary McClure, man. Shout out to my guy Gary, man. Gary is like he's like the class clown of Fort Payne, right? He's just a really funny guy.
McClure is definitely a name that has that quality.
Yeah, man. He a funny dude. And it's like sometimes he says some stuff and it's just like, why would you say that? But it's like, don't nobody mean him no. Like we know he doesn't mean harm.
Last name McClure.
Yeah, Gary McClure. Y'all
Gary,
go follow Gary McClure on Facebook.
Gary McClure got loose on the internet.
Yeah, well,
that's what you're saying.
No. He just in general just talks hella reckless shit with no abandon, no care. Like he's just a funny guy, doesn't care what anybody thinks of him. Love him to death, right? For example, I remember one time he was at my mom and them house. Tiara offered Gary an orange. She was like, "Hey, do you want an orange?" And he looked at her dead in the eyes and was like, "I don't see color." Like what?
Just some off the wall.
He's just a funny guy. Okay, so anyways,
he's coming from left field forever and always.
Yeah, so that's Gary. Put Gary aside to the second, right? So yeah, man. Basically what happened is there was this post on Facebook, and I ain't really know the folks personally who was going off or whatever. I ain't gonna say shawty name because then they gonna claim all kinds of stuff. But so basically,
but you know who you are.
Yeah, you know who
you are. You
look
like a cockroach.
Yeah, don't do that.
No,
don't.
Am I taking it too far?
Yeah, we got to be respectful.
I was trying to root.
No. You got to kill him with kindness, big dog.
I am missing every layup.
It's okay. Yeah, no, we're killing him with kindness. But no, look, so missing every layup. Hey, at least you're picking up on some basketball references.
I'm taking shots still.
This is already a dope ass episode. we not even 8 minutes in. All right, so look, where was I? Okay, so the post that this young lady, that this young lady had posted, she was dragging this dude. And by the way, I still got the same
Sir
phone
McClure.
I had. No, not Gary.
She was dragging a different dude.
Gary is going to come back later, right?
Okay.
Gary
she was dragging on who? About what?
Okay, I'm so glad you asked. So she was basically just telling this dude to like, oh, you're so disgusting, like, oh, 86 yourself, and oh, all this just mean stuff. And I didn't have no context. I just seen shawty, being mean to this man. And I was like, hey, like, what did bro do? Where are we,
So you're getting in the middle of somebody else's fight.
Yeah. Admittedly,
that says a lot about the kind of person you are.
Yeah, because I wanted to know. Because like, if this dude is just existing and they're dragging him, I was about to call everybody out, right? But everybody got on there and they were like, "Oh, he was a creep. He was harassing this girl." And no. And once I got more context, you know what I did? I put my hands up in there and said, "Oh, I didn't know that. That is new to me. I am sorry. This ain't none of my business." Right?
It was none of your business to begin with, but you got into it anyways. Why is that?
Okay. Once again,
I feel like I'm interrogating you now.
Yeah, Officer Pettis over here. And listen, that's fine because I am somewhat of a enigma on the internet. Sometimes I be in little crevices and little corners that I ain't got no business in, and sometimes I might say something, sometimes I might not, sometimes I'll just be lurking. But as soon as I realized, like, there's more to this that I didn't know about, I very quickly was like, yo, I don't know nothing about this. I'm sorry. I apologize. Tell me why this little angry mob of little young ladies, now mind you, I don't know none of these people, but somebody said something about like, oh, I've got this male privilege or something, or like, you're so male privilege driven or something along those lines. I had never
said that to you.
Yeah, I had never been told nothing like that before.
Never. Yeah, no, you're
Right.
also a black man.
Well,
so.
no. We ain't gonna bring color into it. Not yet. Foreshadowing. Foreshadowing.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So, yeah, when they said that, I didn't really know how to take it. You know, I didn't really think nothing else about it. And I'm just like, damn, am I a bad person? Am I a male privilege? Blah, 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 blah. Got me looking in the mirror all kind of crazy. Got me evaluating wrinkles in my forehead and shit, right? So,
which looks very nice, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And so probably about a week and some change passed by. And at this point, we are in February, bruh. Okay. So, something just came over me. And I got to thinking about the post, and I clicked on the thing because I had said something like, you know, like, hey, can somebody please like tell me what I did wrong or something along those lines? And I realized that old girl, Cockroach Shawty, had unfriended me. Now, normally it'd be fine. I wouldn't have thought nothing else about it. But I saw that she was buddy with Gary McClure. See, I told you Gary was going to come back. And so I'm sitting up here thinking like, bruh, I know sometimes I say some wild shit, but I ain't nearly as off as Gary. And it's like, that's where you draw the line. It's like, I'm not okay.
Wait,
but
you
like,
unfriended her? Why were you friends with her? Did you know her?
See, that's the thing about being an enigma out here in these streets, bruh. So like, there's a lot of people that just are on my Facebook. They just there because like sometimes every once in a while I'm funny. And so like sometimes people will add me because I be getting into it with people, bro. I sometimes I say some funny stuff. Sometimes I get into little petty arguments. And sometimes people like that messy stuff. Not to say that I'm messy, but there's some comedic value in the way that I say certain things. And some people like that. Some people are my friend on Facebook just to watch what I do. Some people are friends just to hate on what I do, just because they want to be in my business. I don't know.
You invite it all.
Not necessarily. I just be out here. But what I'm saying is, for whatever reason, this person unfriended me. And I'm just like, yo, but you still friends with Gary? Like what? And so I got compelled by the spirit of February to ask this young lady, like, hey, why did you unfriend me?
And she's supposed to be nice to you because it's February, right?
Now we talking
right or wrong.
She got in her bio, it's okay to disagree as long as we're respectful. She got BLM, all this stuff in her bio, like, oh, we love everybody, blah 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 blah. And so I'm thinking like, I'm sure I'll be able to respectfully ask like, why you unfriended me and everything be okay. And bruh, Shawty just went off. She was just being super mean to me. She was saying like, basically like, hey, you suck. You're a negative person and all this stuff and cockroach behavior, blah, 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 and all this stuff.
Oh, so she said that to you as an insult.
Yeah.
All right. The foreshadowing is back. Punchline.
And let me tell you.
In the private message.
Let me tell you. Yeah, it hurt my feelings.
You got your feelings hurt.
It hurt my damn feelings.
Dang.
And listen, I transform when my little feelings get hurt. I'll be the first one to say it. I don't get damn. Especially we as men, we got to do a better job, fellas, of acknowledging our feelings. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, she hurt my feelings, man. And so I took it upon myself to let it be known, like, hey, y'all, this young lady hurt my feelings. And mind you, when it comes to that there Yella app, I've been talking my shit on the Yellow app for a long time.
Snap app.
Yeah, you've known me long enough to know,
snap.
like, yeah,
that's
like
you've
like, there's been times where
I can't believe they haven't given you a sponsorship yet.
I know. What's up, Snap? What's going on? I'm too reckless on there. I be saying shit, I ain't got no business. But yeah, over the years, like I've been into it with everybody on Snap. I done been into it with people that are just random on the internet. I done got into it with niggas down the street. I done got into it with everybody on Snapchat. One time, this one dude in Gunnersville called Tierra the N-word. Shout out to that one Jamaican dude that slapped him up for me. I appreciate you, big dog. Big up. But anyways, yeah, it's like this is what I do. I'm out here on the Yella app, and so I let it be known, like, hey, y'all,
and the Blue app.
No,
the Blue app is where it started, and the Yella app is where it went.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Important detail.
Yeah, so very important detail because I'm not the same I'm a diminished version of myself on Facebook than I am
because
on
you got a lot of white boomers.
Well, listen, Snapchat is one of the only places where I can freely talk my shit and not have to worry about the repercussions coming from, like, the actual app putting me in like Snapchat jail. Like Snapchat jail isn't a thing. Like if you get put in Snapchat jail, bro, what are you doing with your life, brother? You know? But you know, Facebook jail, you might just say one little thing and might end up. So anyways.
How many times have you been in Facebook jail?
17.
Okay.
Yeah, I've chilled out a lot on. See that's why. That's why. Like I don't know why I didn't end up getting a life sentence on there, bro. Because there's been times, you know, I done been on probation is the worst. You ever been on Facebook probation?
No.
Man, it's awful, man. It's awful.
I just get my shit hacked. Dude, someone hacked my Facebook one time and they made a post as me that got more likes than any post I would have made. I'm like, damn. They woke up and they're like, hi, everyone. Good morning. It's a beautiful day. And it was just like, just the most diluted version of me. The version of me you met, like, golly,
That's
a decade
crazy.
Ago. We've been friends for a decade.
Whoa.
Holy moly.
Really?
About.
Yeah. I was no.
You started Montevallo like 15, 16, didn't you?
Nah.
17?
16, 17.
Whatever. We've been talking about how time is moving real weird these days.
It's been close.
I feel like I've known you a lifetime.
It's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute for sure.
Anyways, back to the yellow app where you were talking your smack and not having to do probation or nothing.
Yeah, so
you can talk talk the shit, but you ain't got to do the time.
Yeah, so I got on Yella app, and basically I was saying like, y'all, this young lady hurt my feelings.
Y'all.
She had all this BLM, Black Lives Matter, all this stuff in her bio, but as soon as a black person, you know, says something to her, then all of a sudden, you know, you're using this archaic ass slur, which if you didn't know, cockroach is a very old slur for black people. It originates from the transatlantic slave trade, specifically the slave ships, and how they got infested with roaches and things of that nature. And so I'm not saying that I expect all white people to know that, but if you're claiming to be an ally to black people, you should probably have enough sense to know like, hey, maybe I shouldn't, you know, say this in this context or whatever, you know.
Are there any other archaic insults that you would like to share with us?
You ain't never trying to be monetized. You ain't never.
I'm just curious. I know I ask inappropriate questions sometimes.
I remember one time somebody called me a moon cricket, and I didn't even know what that was. I
haven't heard of that.
Yeah, it's another one of those like really old racial slurs. Somebody called me that shit, and I didn't even know to be offended at the time. And so like somebody told me what it meant like later on, and I was like, you know, the beef had expired at that point. It was like I missed my opportunity to be mad. But yeah. But anyways, no, we'll have to do a separate episode of racial slurs and put it on a hidden.
But we do want to
page.
do our like Southernisms, you know.
Yeah. We ain't never gonna get that shit monetized. Anyways, so I went on there and I'm basically just saying like, hey, this person claims to be this and that. Claims that they unfriended me because of, you know, what I say or whatever, but they're friends with Gary. That's how Gary kept getting drunk into it. In retrospect, it's kind of funny how like Gary kept getting brought up. But yeah, at the time it was.
But he was never involved.
Never involved. It was just like you're
he was just the benchmark.
Yeah, it's like
but he was white.
Yeah, very much so.
And you think that made a difference?
No, I don't think color got nothing to do with it in that context. But it's just the fact that she would see like Gary is okay, but it's like just you draw the line at Cash Cotton, the nigga that hasn't missed church ever. Bro, one time I missed church in 2015. They put out like an APV on my ass, bro. They like everybody, it was like a manhunt looking for me. They was finna send out helicopters and all kinds of shit. I just overslept.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Now I got a question. I want to roll it back to Shawty here. You sent her one message asking why she unfriended you, and then she unleashed all of this.
That is correct.
In her response.
Yes.
Okay. So take the BLM thing in her bio out of the picture and focus for a second on the other part that's like we're allowed to disagree.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's kind of the line I was thinking. I was thinking that
if you're upset with someone, you can feel insulted, you can feel hurt, you can say that to your friends, but whenever you are to have to respectfully disagree with them, you have to come to the conversation with some kind of composure. Absolutely.
And it's like, keep in mind, I was very respectful. I wasn't trying to let it be known like, oh, you got to agree with me or else. Like, no, I didn't have any of that energy. It was just genuine curiosity. Like, hey, why'd you unfriend me?
But
you know?
also, let's talk about what your brother has said about your presence sometimes.
Yeah, being a polarizing person.
So do you feel like you put people on the defense when they interact with you?
I
Because maybe she was like letting loose all of her cannons before you know.
I don't know. Because
Maybe she felt threatened by a simple question.
I don't know though, because I don't know this person. Like, I don't even know what she looks like. If she could walk over to me right now and I had no idea who she was. So like, when you remove that layer of like, this is somebody that has only heard of me, it's like, now we got to talk about,
They're all big and tough.
Yeah,
on the internet.
Exactly. But I mean, it kind of hurts. Like, sometimes being polarizing is hard, man, because it's like,
Also, I genuinely think people are addicted to the drama.
Well, but that's the thing. I was genuinely coming with respect and patience. And
Did you use any emojis?
I can pull it.
You probably didn't use.
I don't think I use any emojis.
Emojis are make you very unthreatening.
But I was trying to be very professional and business like, and so that's why I
sincerely LaCash Ron.
Oh, stop it. But anyways, so
hello, good miss. I have an inquiry about the status of our friendship on the social media app known as Facebook.
No, man. So look, I make it known that my feelings are hurt on Yella app, right? Boom. So people get to talking, because like, I ain't gonna say
that's a problem when people start talking.
Yeah,
but also, no publicity is bad publicity.
Well, yeah, that's right. That is.
If you want people to know about what you're up to.
Yeah, I still very much so agree on that, and I'll tell you why when we get to the end of this. But so this isn't somebody that's like from my city, but they are close from my neck of the woods. So people got to talking, right? And people were just like, oh, what's the name? Cash got into it. What's the name? What's the name? Hurt Cash. And so shit starts to spread. So the Snapchat video, which is just regular schmegular business as usual to me,
Dude.
it got like, dude, I think that long little rant I put on there, it got like the most views I've ever gotten on anything I've posted on Snapchat. And that's saying a lot. It had like 200 something views on Snap, right? Which is crazy. I'm like, why is this blowing up? And so there were people who had started watching it the next day, because it was the next day when it really started to catch fire. But as you know about Snapchat, everything disappears after 24 hours. So people were hitting me up like, yo, Cash, we started watching the video, but it expired. Like, can you upload it on YouTube or something? And I was like, yeah, I'll upload it on YouTube. You really want to see it? And it was like 3 people who had personally asked me like, hey, I want to finish watching this. And so I posted it on YouTube just so they could see the shit, right? Tell me why this shit explodes, dude. Shit explodes. So it gets local viral at this point. And it's like the talk of the town. Meanwhile, I'm like nowhere around, bro. I'm not in Scottsboro. I'm not up in DeKalb County. I'm probably, I don't know where I was at, but I'm in my own little world, and probably in the, that was when I was working security at the BJCC. So I'm probably like, deep in those trenches or whatever. And, yeah, it explodes like wildfire, whatever. So at this point in time, I don't think nothing else about it. I'm thinking this is just me getting into it with somebody on the internet, and it's going to be over tomorrow. What I did not realize is that this woman pulled the ultimate card that I didn't think you could even pull no more. I thought this card was extinct, but she pulled the closest thing that she could say to
fire.
She was basically saying like I was harassing her, stalking her, relentlessly pursuing her. I'm obsessed with her.
Meanwhile, you sent her one video.
Dude, she hurt my feelings and I let it be known. But so basically she's pulling the old Mississippi burning Emmett Till card. And I'm like, I didn't think that was still a thing. I didn't think you could still do that. Now, I would expect that if it was somebody who is, very much from the conservative sphere, middle of nowhere kind of energy of whatever. But from somebody who was presenting themselves to be like this bleeding heart, liberal, BLM, I didn't think you could do that. I was like, that's not fair. You can't do that. You just, right? And so, yeah, so she was, saying all this stuff about me behind the scenes. She had blocked me or whatever. And she got all her homegirls together and they put together a virtual lynch mob.
Dang.
Yeah, a virtual lynch mob where she's going around, and so it's like you got all these people who are saying like, like, oh, we gotta cancel Soul Carnival, and I'm like, y'all ain't never been to a show, bro. Like, y'all ain't never been to Tawana House, you ain't never been to Jonna House, you ain't never been to, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's like you damn sure ain't been to Donna House. Like you, like, bro, you can't cancel something you didn't help put on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, that was kind of ridiculous to me. But where I started feeling like this was, escalating is when people started bringing my kinfolk them into it. People started bringing Tiara into it, and people started bringing, my friends into it and shit. And I made a little status where I was just like, hey, like, I want the smoke. Give me the smoke. Don't leave Soul Carnival out of it. Leave Tiara out. Like, what did they do? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And of course, they're going to have their own opinions about the whole thing. But at the end of the day, it's like, if you're going to virtually slander somebody, slander the person you're mad at. Why would you try to tear down everything that I've helped, build over these years? And that's when it occurred to me, they been not like me. They've been waiting for an opportunity to try to, attack. They've been, and it's like the maths, because it's like, you got to think, a lot of times people think because you got music on Spotify, like, you're rich or something. And it's like, we don't got a whole lot of merch out there in the universe, but the people that do buy our merch are very much so concentrated in one area. So it's like, I'm assuming that it's possible that, maybe some jealousy could have, been breeding over a while, but that just let me know, because they were attacking anything that I was a part of, that let me know they've been waiting for this opportunity. They've been trying to do this, right? And so I just let them talk, Of course, I had a little bit of fun exposing their racial biases. I was making a couple little response videos to what people were saying.
Are they still up? Can people still view those?
You can still, if you go to my personal page, you can still go. But I'm gonna just point out a couple points, and then we're gonna move on, because we ain't got all day to be talking about this. But the one thing that I found hilarious is, so I would get on YouTube responding to whatever comments, blah blah blah, and I do my little green screen. And it's like all these people who, once again, these bleeding heart liberals, BLM, all this stuff, they hear me talking there, and they're trying to make me out to be an idiot. They're trying to make me out to be like a dumbass, this unintelligent person, and blah, 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 blah. And my thing was like, okay, so y'all claim that y'all love black people so much, but as soon as you hear a black person who starts to become a little bit of upset, they're a little animated. All of a sudden, I'm speaking, like, what? Like, bro, I thought, like, what? Come on, make it make sense. It can't be both. Like, either y'all have no proximity to black people, you know what I'm saying? And you don't actually know how we carry ourselves and how we carry on when we get animated and upset or whatnot, or, it's the contrary. Like, you know better, but I just think it's crazy how, like, these same people were just defaulting to racism. Like, you defaulted to the Emmett Till card. Like, that's just crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? And just to add insult to injury, I'm literally from Scottsboro. Yeah.
With the history of the Scottsboro boys.
I'm literally from Scottsboro, cuz. And she literally on some Victoria Price shit.
Tell us more about the Scottsboro boys.
Man, we ain't never gonna get monetized. Listen, the Scottsboro boys was a case in which you had this group of young teenage boys who were accused of doing some very heinous things. I'll let y'all infer to two young white women, one of which was Victoria Price. I don't remember other shawty name, but yeah, they basically accused these youngins of this shit. They clearly had no idea what the fuck they was talking about. But like, the reason why, I'm carrying this beef so hard, we're at 30 in about a minute, by the way. The reason I'm carrying this beef like I am is because it actually is kind of deep if you really think about it, and if you actually really unpack it, because like, yeah, we're talking about the internet, and we're talking about this woman saying that I harassed her and stalked her and relentlessly pursued her.
Yeah, that is not a light accusation.
But hold on. If it was my father, there would not be internet. It would be real life and fingers being pointed. If it was my grandfather, it would not be internet. It would be fingers being pointed. And that's your ass, bro. That is your life. That is it. And so, yeah, I think it's very important to bring to light, like, this might not seem Like it's something that I personally like take serious because it's all jokes and memes and emojis in my world. But when you actually unpack the layers, this is something that is very, attention worthy, especially people who are of, like if you are a Anglo-Saxon person and you claim to be an ally to black people, just because a black person pisses you off, you cannot default to like textbook racism. Like you cannot do that,
Yeah,
And I think that's really what it comes down to.
You really think they've been lurking?
Of course.
Waiting to come out?
Yeah. Because like, why would you attack Tierra? Why would you attack Soul Crumble? Why would you attack me, bro? You know how much stuff there is to not like about me? Like, bro, attack me. But it's like they wanted to attack what I built and what I, Lord forbid. I'm so glad they didn't know about Swanglish. They be trying to attack the African homies. You know what I'm saying?
The ones who really do be talking.
Yeah. That's
that
hilarious.
was so messed up.
Yeah, but
Mama VP.
Po Asana. Shout out to Swanglish Music, man. Y'all gotta go check us out. We finna drop an album. But listen, man. Yeah, so ultimately, I chilled. I stayed back. They were saying all kinds of terrible, mean, heinous things about me and my people and them. And I just let it simmer because I am all about striking when the opportunity is most convenient. See, that's the thing about getting your lick back. You don't have to necessarily attack just because you have been attacked.
No, it's actually a lot more honorable.
We can't hear you, cuz.
It's actually a lot more honorable to not attack back because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to elicit an emotional response and drum up some energy. And I think part of what they were doing is trying to ride the wave of what you had built. They didn't want to tear it down. They wanted to stand on top of it.
Yeah, that's profound.
Because they haven't spent the time or the energy to build anything themselves.
That breaks my heart though, because I genuinely don't have any bad intentions, no ill will towards nobody.
No, I think that's the part that hurts the most is that they mistook you.
No, but mistaken is crazy because that's an understatement. Like, bruh, I was really offended because they were saying that like, I'm the creep because I was siding with the creep from the previous post before, and like I'm somebody.
I'm not siding with them. I asked some questions.
Like, bro, but come on, dog. Every time you see me, I'm riding around like I'm somebody who takes pride in making women feel comfortable around me. That's something that I've always, been proud of. Not saying I'm the most player, most fly, my boast is I value,
Well, you got a lot of female friends because you're in touch with your emotions. You're a sensitive,
all of
kind,
that.
compassionate person.
I appreciate that, by the way. But
yeah.
So it's like
and you talk a lot of shit.
A lot of shit, man. And so the fact that they were trying to make me out to be the creepy incel, whatever, that really low-key infuriated me because the same time these people were saying this on Everything I Love, I swear on Tawana, I was down there at the beach with Tandrex wearing the green tea face mask, watching Mean Girls, and they up here talking about I'm a creep. And I'm just like, brother, what? Like, make it make sense,
brother.
Man. Ever since Hulk Hogan died, I feel like he gave me the hard R brother, bro. I don't know what's going on, but
I didn't realize he'd passed away.
Yeah, you're definitely not on the Blue app. They were attacking Hulk Hogan for being a racist after he died. I was like, man, y'all some hoes. Y'all never called this man out for being racist, but he was alive and now he dies and now you want to slander the man. That's crazy.
It's because he's blonde.
I guess.
He ain't got blue eyes though.
I don't be looking at Hulk Hogan's eyes like that, bro. But yeah. So essentially, this is where we at with this whole thing. Every chance I get, I'm gonna throw shade. Every chance I get, I'm going to, talk a little trash, but I'm going to make sure I conduct myself in a very respectable manner because at the end of the day, I saw the type of energy that they were bringing. And I mean, it was just kind of childish.
Yeah.
They were just, they'd like, for example, they'd like, post a picture of me and draw male genitalia in my mouth type shit. Like, okay.
Really?
Yeah. On Facebook. But they never go to Facebook jail for that.
What? That's messed up. No,
yeah.
that's
no,
actually...
it's fine. It's fine because ultimately that's proving my point. It would never cross my mind to do no type shit like that. And it's like some of those folks were saying some really mean things about Tiara, and that kind of had me wanting to turn up, because I know. Oh, hold on. To hell with all that. This is the funny part. Tell me why Tiara, bless her heart, had accidentally befriended old girl and didn't realize who she was. A while back when Tiara and them had the protest going at the square in Scottsboro, girl, I guess she had realized who Tiara was and was trying to be all buddy buddy or whatever. And then when Tiara realized who she was, she spazzed on her. She was like, bro, what? She was going off. Had old girl shook, had her taking her location off and all kind of shit. Don't nobody want smoke with Tiara, bro. And I don't blame
no,
her.
absolutely not.
Tiara's scary. But yeah, ultimately that is what drove me to write this song, because it was like so many people who I know have no idea who I am, have never seen me, have never, chopped it up with me, had a conversation with me, had all these like, preconceived notions about who I was. And the whole premise of the song was like, if I could get everybody who don't like me and put them in a room, what would I say to them?
Are there any bars that you want to dissect from the song? You want to unveil some of the depth in some of these lyrics, because we've been talking about Easter eggs a lot and the double entendres and triple entendres.
It's crazy
because
like
with your lyrical writing.
This is a very like straightforward to the point kind of song. I feel like.
Can you speak like poetry? I'll tell you if I got questions.
What's the price for your life? Opposition wouldn't know. I got a penny for your thoughts and got a nickel for your soul, and that's the best I can do.
That's the best you can do.
I'm old buddy from Pawn Stars. You get that, right? Basically, I'm saying like your mind and your soul combined ain't even worth 7 cents. Like if we were auctioning off like your soul, like your soul and your mind, like that's the best I can do. Yeah, like I'm old buddy from Pawn Stars. It's like you might think it costs 10 grand, 20 grand, but like I got 6 cents for you, homie.
Right. Okay. Keep it going.
As I'm gripping on the heater while I peek through the blinds, I've seen multiple tragedies like 10 at a time. Flies monkey in the jungle when I swing through the vine, and they only give a damn if I make this shit rhyme. Every race that I was in, man, I always came last, so ain't no running from nothing. Ain't going nowhere fast. I had a couple obstacles that I had to get past. You couldn't walk a day in my shoes. It traumatized your bitch ass, and that was toxic.
ObSTACKles.
But I'm trying to get better. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, it's very straightforward. Like there's not a lot of double entendres in there, for real. There's not like a lot of.
No, it is pretty straightforward, but it's fun to watch your flow unfold. And it's perfect. They don't give a damn if I can make this shit rhyme. And then you're pronouncing obstacles, ObSTACKles. Like, so good.
I think I stole that from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? I think there's somewhere in that movie where they say obstacle. Somewhere in there. I think it might be the blind dude in the intro.
And that's one of the best parts about being writers and performers is that, well, and not just writers, because when people are reading it on the page, they're going to interpret it one way. But whenever they're listening to you, you can play with language and vowels and shapes. No.
I was talking to Dobby about this not too long ago. One of the greatest things that ever happened to the black people in this diaspora is the English language. Point blank, period. Because the all the different ways that you can manipulate the English language to make it do and force into any box you want is crazy. You can't do that with other languages.
It's a dance.
Yeah, absolutely. It's way more difficult with other languages.
This is why I get so upset with people who are obsessed with grammar.
Yeah, same.
And they're like, okay, well, if you don't abide by the same rules, then you're dumb or you're this. I'm like, the person's communicating what they mean to, right?
Come on.
Like, they probably got bigger thoughts than you if you're worried about the order of the words in your sentences.
Come on with it, bro. Because, like, my thing is, like, we have to stop associating intelligence with how well somebody can articulate English. Because if you really think about it, English is a broken language.
Communicating. The ability to communicate in an inspired fashion is way more important than speaking properly.
Absolutely. So, like, in syntax alone, like there's so many different ways that you can say things with like emphasis, and it mean, like, for example, with Ebonics, one of the ongoing jokes is like, you good can mean 10 different things.
Yeah.
Like
you got to listen to the tone, and in that way it becomes more like an Eastern language that those languages tend to be very musical, very tonal. And that's the thing is you don't have to say a lot of words, but you can mean the most.
Yes.
And that's the beauty in being a songwriter.
Yes, absolutely. I feel like I did my thing on this for sure.
You wouldn't walk away a day in my shoes, it would traumatize your bitch ass.
And that was toxic. but I'm trying to get better. You see, that's the thing.
I'm trying to get better. Still gonna comment on the blue app. I'll be light as a feather.
I'm trying to.
I walk away.
Hold on. There's
I put my phone down.
Okay, you wilding right now.
I ain't typing angry with my thumbs. Bitch, you ain't even around.
Calliope mixtape is dropping.
I'm doing
2029.
Post it up.
November 2029. Get the Opie Renee mixtape.
Insecurity.
It's only gonna be available on LimeWire and BearShare though. But yeah, Groove Shark.
I might look scrawny, but I can.
But yeah, no,
bust your ass, shorty. Just kidding,
bro.
I don't hurt women.
What compelled you to freestyle right now? I have to know. We in the middle of a podcast. Your ass decided, you know what? I'm a freestyle. That's crazy.
My brain is doing some interesting things, and my filter has gone away.
This is a fire ass episode, though. I personally think so.
Speaking of fire ass, I had some pickled jalapenos the other day, and
hold on, I don't want to sidetrack you. Why did you pick that up? And what's going on?
People can't see what we're doing. Let's just not draw attention to it.
Okay, 10-4. You're right.
I was going to catch a spider and let him outside, though.
Oh, okay.
But then I lost track of him.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, you have fun sleeping.
I'll be Pocahontas saving the insects and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
See, I'm a friend to the insects.
Yeah.
The cockroaches, the crickets.
Oh, bruh, thank you. You just threw me the oop. The reason I named the song Cockroach Behavior isn't just because that's what that was the insult that, was thrown at me. But like one thing that I've grown to do, and you can, I've always done this. I was always impossible to roast because like whatever you're going to throw at me, I would just make it my personality. Like for example, you all shout out to anybody who remembers that army camouflage like bucket hat I used to wear, bro. I remember one time somebody roasted me for wearing it all the time, and I was like, I'm never taking it off. Y'all gonna see this shit every day, and that's always been my personality. So it's like I've always tried to look at any truth that's in an insult, right? And when you think about roaches, bro, like they're resilient, they're hard to kill, they're crazy hard to get rid of. You just don't like the way they look. Bitch, you just don't like the way I look. And you ain't got nothing else bad to say about me. And so that's kind of when I looked into the mirror about, the deeper meaning behind the insult, I was like, this is actually very empowering. And I got to thinking about all the people around me who done been shot and stabbed and ran over and all this shit. And I'm like, bro, yeah, it's cockroach behavior over here, bro. You ain't getting rid of us like that. Straight up.
Damn. Yeah. I think you just gave us the punchline. We got to stick a fork in it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Is there anything else?
No, that's really it. That's really it. Because
you brought it home with that one.
No, I just wanted to say this little tidbit, and if this is me being extra, we can cut it out. But like, I just feel like that is the spirit of Black people. Like that's what we do. Like they gave like discarded scraps of the chickens and was like, eat this, and then we turned that shit into a 10-piece lemon pepper wet, and then they gave the discarded pieces of the cow, and they were like, take this, eat the scraps, and we turn that shit into oxtail gravy over, right? Like that's what we do. We take the negative energy and we convert that shit into soul. We convert that shit into, and it's like I just wanted to embody that spirit with this.
Well, it's kind of like fungi, in a way.
Talk to me.
You break the bad shit down, and then you bloom a beautiful fruiting body.
There you go. Yeah.
And then you drop your spores, and then suddenly you're everywhere.
The spores, bro. The spores, man. Yeah, I just wanted to add that little bit, because like I said, that's just the February coming out of it. Because like I said, this song is very much so a product of me being in that February Hotep-ing spirit. So yeah, that's it. That's all.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm ready to stick a fork in it if you're ready.
All right. Hell yeah.
Bro, imagine you start talking crazy about me on the internet, and then I make a song, a podcast, I start putting merch out that got cockroach behavior on it. I'm just saying, bro, quit playing with your boy, man. All right, I'm sticking the fork.